unit number 1 now, resolution and composition of forces. So let's start with resolution. Resolution is the process of splitting given force into two or more components without changing its effect. Now that splitting may be orthogonal, may not be orthogonal. Orthogonal means angle between the two components will be 90 degree. This is the case of orthogonal. Non-orthogonal means angle between the two components is not equal to 90 degree. Now come to the orthogonal resolution. We have to resolve this f into two components, fx and f. For that purpose, consider the triangle. In that triangle, that f is making angle of theta with horizontal. If I take cos of theta and sin of theta, I will get fx divided by f and fy divided by f. By rearranging the terms, I will get the value of fx, that is the component along x, and fy, that is component along y. So in short, fx is f cos theta and fy is f sin of theta. Now coming to the second case, that is the non-orthogonal resolution, that angle between two components is not equal to 90 degree. In that case, we have to use the Lami's theorem. So according to Lami's theorem, if body is in equilibrium under action of three concurrent forces, then each force is proportional to sine of angle between remaining two forces. Okay, it's a mathematical expression will be, if I consider Fa, I need to consider angle between F and Fb, that is equal to beta. If I consider force F, I have to consider angle between Fa and Fb, that is equal to gamma. And the last one is, if I consider the force Fb, I need to consider angle between Fa and F, that is equal to alpha. So this is the mathematical expression. Now in this expression, we know alpha, we know gamma, we know beta, we know force F. We can easily find out the value of Fa and Fb. Next, coming to the composition of forces. So composition is the process of finding the resultant. Now what is meant by resultant? It is the single force which has same effect as that of number of forces. Now consider this concurrent system where 5 forces are acting. So we can replace these 5 forces by a single force. We can call it as a resultant. Okay, and we also can find the angle of that resultant with one of the axes. Now related with the composition, we have one theorem, that is parallelogram law of forces. According to parallelogram law of forces, if two forces are represented in magnitude and direction by two sides of parallelogram, then the resultant will be represented in magnitude and direction by diagonal of parallelogram passing through the intersection of that two forces. So this is the statement of parallelogram law of forces. Now coming to the mathematical equation, r is equal to root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos of theta. This is the expression for the resultant in terms of p and q. So please note that theta is the angle between p and q. Theta is the angle between p and q. Now next, coming to the alpha value and beta value. Alpha is the angle of resultant with p, beta is the angle of resultant with q. So tan alpha is equal to q sin theta divided by p plus q cos theta, and tan beta is equal to p sin theta divided by q plus p cos of theta. Now coming to the special cases in parallelogram law, if that theta is equal to 0, that p and q will be going to act in the same direction and our resultant will be maximum, that is equal to p plus q. In second case, that p and q are at angle of 180 degree. If we consider at a 180 degree, they will be in opposite direction, so resultant will be minimum, that is equal to p minus q. And third case, if that they are acting at a 90 degree, in that case our resultant will be root of p square plus q square.